Hello, I'm Shirley and I'm going to talk about Disney book, Tarzan. One morning, deep in the African jungle, a gorilla named Kala was walking toward the feeding grounds. Kala had just lost her baby. She felt sad and all alone. Then suddenly, "Wah!" she heard a noise. A baby noise. Kala followed it to a tree house. "Wah!" The crying came from inside. Curious, Kala entered. There she found a human baby. Kala had never seen one before. It looked funny. Kala sniffed. It smelled funny. It didn't even have fur, but it was sad and all alone. Kala gently picked the baby boy up. He stopped crying. She cuddled him in her arms, and he smiled. Kala's heart filled with love. Roar! It was Saber the leopard. Kala crunched the helpless baby and ran out. She had to escape, but now Kala saw a boat attached to a rope. Desperate, she jumped in. The boat fell safely to the ground below. Saber tried to follow, but got tangled in the cord. Kala brought the baby to her family. "It's funky looking," laughed a young gorilla named Truck. "But it's kind of cute." But Kerchak did not agree. Kerchak was Kala's mate and leader of the gorillas. "Take him back," Kerchak said flatly. "He's not one of us. He could place us all in danger." Kala refused. The baby needed her and she needed him. "You will be my son," she said to the smiling child, "and your name will be Tarzan." 5 years passed. Tarzan grew strong and active, a little too active. Sometimes his high spirit got him into trouble. One day Tarzan got into serious trouble. He accidentally caused an elephant stampede. Kerchak was furious. "You almost hurt someone," Kerchak scolded. "He only a child," Kala defended him. "He will learn." "He will never learn to be one of us," Kerchak replied angrily. Kerchak's words hurt Tarzan. "Why am I different?" Tarzan asked sadly. "You are not different," Kala replied. She put Tarzan's hand to his heart and his ear to her chest. Tarzan felt their hearts beat together. "See?" Kala said, smiling. "Exactly the same. Kerchak just can't see that." "I'll make him," Tarzan cried. "I'll be the best ape ever." Years went by. Tarzan became a strong young adult. One day he was wrestling with Turk. Okay, you win," Turk cried. "Let's go." The friends were having fun. They heard a roar. It was Saber. The leopard chased them back to the feeding grounds. Kerchak fought to protect his family but was badly wounded. Tarzan leaped to the rescue. He defeated Saber with his trusty spear. Then the ape man let out a mighty victory cry. "Oi, oi, oi!" Tarzan had saved the family. Tarzan placed Saber's body at Kerchak's feet. He bowed in respect. Bang! A loud noise thundered through the jungle. The apes ran off, but Tarzan was curious and went toward the sound. He felt something amazing. Creature just like him. Crichton, don't shoot, Jane scolded. My father and I are here to see gorillas. You'll scare them. Gorillas are wild beasts, Crichton replied coldly. Tarzan could not take his eyes off them, especially Jane. He watched as she sketched a young baboon. My, you are a sweet little one, Jane said. The baboon stole her sketchbook, then ripped out pages. Hey, you little art thief, Jane cried. Give me that. Jane angrily yanked the drawer back. The young baboon started crying. Suddenly, Jane was surrounded. It was the baboon's family, and they were angry. Tarzan swung into action. He carried Jane to safety. Oh my goodness, she cried. I'm flying. Tarzan and Jane talked but spoke different languages. Tarzan, he said, pointing to himself. He was telling her his name. Oh, I see, she answered. Oh, I see, Tarzan repeated, pointing to Jane. No, I'm Jane, she corrected. No, Jane, Tarzan replied, still pointing. Eventually, they worked it out and became friends. Tarzan took Jane back to her campsite. What a mess. While the humans were all exploring, the apes were having fun. Hey, Tarzan, Trey cried. Look what we found. Jane could not believe her eyes. Glorious, she gasped. And he's one of them. Kerchak arrived. He saw Jane. To him, she was a stranger, a danger to the family. He pounded his chest to scare her. Oh my! Jane, screaming in terror. Kerchak ordered the family to leave. Sadly, Tarzan followed them, leaving his new friend behind. Protect the family, Kerchak ordered Tarzan. Stay away from the strangers. But Tarzan couldn't. He had to see Jane again. He returned to the human camp. There, he met Crichton and Jane's father, Professor Porter. Jane decided to become Tarzan's teacher. The day passed. Jane showed Tarzan books, music, and science. Tarzan learned to speak English and tell the wonder of Jane's world. Tarzan shared his world with Jane. He took her up into the trees. Jane saw the birds, the animals, and the vast beauty of the wild. She felt close to the jungle and even closer to the jungle man. Then something terrible happened. Tarzan learned that his human friend would soon leave and never come back. Not come back? Tarzan asked sadly. If only we saw some gorillas, Crichton said. That is why we come. Tarzan did not want Jane to leave, ever, so he led the humans to the ape nesting area. The gorillas were afraid but soon relaxed. Some baby apes danced for Jane. Nice to meet you, she said, laughing. Professor Porter also made friends with the apes. Hello, Archimedes Q. Porter at your service, he said. Oh, quite a grip you got there. Even Croydon was pleased. My dream has come true, he said shyly. Suddenly, Cartwright arrived. Croydon reached for his gun. Cartwright moved toward the humans. No, Tarzan shouted. He leapt on Cartwright and held him tightly as the human escaped. You betrayed our family, Cartwright growled at Tarzan. I know you'd never be one of us. Tarzan felt awful. He had actually defied Cartwright. I'm so confused. He signed to Kala. Come with me, Kala said. There's something you must see. Kala took Tarzan to the treehouse where she had found his as a baby. There, Tarzan saw pictures of his human family. Tarzan decided that his real home was with humans. Tarzan dressed in his father's clothes and hugged Kala goodbye. You will always be my mother, he told her. And you will always be in my heart, she replied. The next morning, Jen and the others prepared to leave. Oh, Tarzan, Jen cried, seeing him. I'm so glad you are coming. Yes, Professor Porter added. Jen would not let us leave without you. As they boarded the ship, Tarzan took one last look at his home. But it was a trap. Once on board, Tarzan, Jen, and Professor Porter were captured by Croydon and his men. Croydon tied him up. Why? Tarzan asked in shock. For money, the evil hunter replied. Croydon planned to capture the Glorias and sell them. I couldn't have done it without you, he laughed. Tarzan cried out in despair. Meanwhile on shore, Trek and Turtle the elephant heard their friend's anguish cried. That sounded like Tarzan. Turtle cried. He's in trouble. Turtle and Trek raced to help their friend. Back on board the ship, Tarzan and the others were locked up below deck when crash! Trek and Turtle bruised through the ship hull. Thanks, guys, Tarzan shouted. Tarzan ran to the hole in the ship. Where are you going? Jen asked. To save my family, Tarzan replied. Then he dived into the water and swam for shore. Croydon and his stones were at the nesting area. One by one, they rounded up the Glorias. Croydon spotted Cartwright and reached for his gun. I think this one will be better off stuffed. He sneered. Oi, oi, oi! Tarzan arrived to free the apes. You came back, Cartwright said. No, I come home, Tarzan replied. Just as Jen was freeing Kala, bang! Croydon fired at Tarzan. Cartwright bravely rushed to protect Tarzan. Bang! Cartwright was shot by Croydon. Croydon chased Tarzan high into the trees. There they fought. Tarzan took the rifle. Go ahead, shoot me, Croydon twisted. Be a man. Tarzan smashed the gun. Not a man like you, he answered. Croydon got tangled in the vines, and he fell to the ground far below. Meanwhile, Cartwright was fading fast. Tarzan held the great ape in his arms. "Forgive me," Tarzan said. "No, forgive me," Kerchak gasped. "You have always been one of us. Take care of our family, my son." The next morning, Jane and Professor Porter prepared to leave for England. "Goodbye, Jane," Tarzan said sadly. "I will miss you." As the boat pulled away, Jane gazed longingly at Tarzan. "Jane, I think you should stay," Professor Porter said. "Go on, you love him." Jane knew he was right. She jumped out of the boat and into Tarzan's arms. Professor Porter also stayed. He was happy to spend his life studying gorillas. Jane was happy to be with the man she loved. Tarzan was the happiest of all. He found his true home and family. Here in the jungle, he and Jane would live very happily ever after.